It is the RIOT podcast. Good Tuesday, October 4th to you. Isaiah, Nikki.
Hello.
And everyone.
How's everybody
hope you're
doing?
enjoying your day.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Good.
Grand.
Great.
I couldn't tell if you were... anyways, let's just continue.
Alrighty.
He's fine. He's fine.
Well, today in the podcast, one of the things that we slip in there, I had to touch on this because it still just gets me worked up. Because afterwards, we talked about some of the Halloween candies by state, right?
Yeah.
And then I get a little worked up because then I look at the text messages afterwards, and it's always the people, like I trash like candy corn and M&Ms and Hershey Kisses, and those are the people that text in that say like, candy corn's my favorite. Like, no, it's not.
Everybody wants our leftovers then.
It's not your favorite. Like, if you were in a room with every candy you can imagine, there's no way you're picking, like somebody said the Hershey's chocolate almond bar. There's no way that's your favorite.
That is a crazy thing to say.
It's like they say, like, your Hershey Kiss is your favorite. Like, what's your favorite food? An apple? Like, what do you mean? How's that possibly your favorite?
But we're not saying it's not like if you, 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 down on the list, it's not like it's fine. But we're talking some of these states had like plain M&Ms as number
It's your
one.
favorite.
Yeah,
what?
You like it is. It's like saying my favorite food is bread.
Like,
but
how?
You know what? Maybe that just shows that this is a flawed list.
It could be.
You think so?
Because obviously, if you went to the grocery store and you looked at their sales, bread and milk are probably top. That's not people's favorite foods.
Sure.
It's just what they sell the most of. But I don't know. I guess you need those as stuff for other stuff. Where M&Ms, you're just buying those straight
Well,
up.
if you hear the list and you hate something too, we'd love to hear what you hate. Or if you hate that we hate something, feel free to text us at 877-2-RADIO-U for Halloween candy when we go state by state.
We also touched on some of the biggest icks that you can have about people that you potentially could find attractive at some point. Then the ick gets rid of them, essentially. We talked about that, and we talked about Bumble speed dating as well, which kind of go hand in
also is
hand.
an ick.
Yeah. That was an ick on its own.
I looked up the definition of like ick, and so like if you're in a modern dating world, they basically say it's a visceral. You're being repulsed by something someone does initially just without you even realize, like right away.
I can picture the expression a gal would make when you do, if I did an
You've
ick.
probably seen it a million times.
Hopefully not from over here.
Not from us. Not from us. Just people in public, I assume.
I can pick. It's like a,
Like, what is that?
Yeah, they do that. Maybe not so expressively, but just internally. You see somebody holding their nose, jumping into the pool.
Now, no one likes that one. Everybody texted in saying, like, what's wrong with that? That's about having water not come up your nose.
If you can't figure out how to not have water come up your nose without holding your nose, that's the problem. That's why it's an ick.
This is more like if you're dating and someone does something around you, unless, again, maybe you're dating at the pool. Never mind. Maybe that is it.
Yeah, Hudson has, I have an ick for him. He does this face.
Yes, I
he
wanna
does this,
hear
like,
it.
smirk. And I've talked
That
about it before.
bothers
You do it you do it every time at the end of the podcast.
I do, yeah.
And it just makes me cringe every single time.
Because I'm so self-assured.
It looks
that
like,
what it
I
is?
just don't know what the face is that you're making, but it's like this little like can-do
It's a
smirk.
sly,
It's your
yeah.
little can-do attitude with that smirk that it just repulses me.
It's just me. It's just, I look over and I'm like,
He's like, yeah. How you like that? Did you like that podcast? I hope you
I get
liked
to do
it.
this every day.
Well, if you've been secretly repulsed by our podcast every morning or every day that you're listening because of Hudson, that's what an ick is.
Yeah, text that in, 8772-RADIO-U.
I'm
get
still
it.
waiting on your full list, though.
Of icks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to get some ready. But the number one as of now
the
is your
smirk.
little sly smirk that you do into the
You want
into
to
the
send
old
people
camera.
into the podcast with it?
Yeah, I think
mean,
so.
I've done it a couple times.
Now,
but,
don't forget, if you normally listen to our podcast, if you head over to Radio U Riot on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, also at Radio U Riot, you can watch our video podcast each day, too.
You can take a look at my smirk.
That little
Okay,
smirk
get
with a head
close.
nod.
Yeah,
It's so good.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah, we're
We'll
ready.
catch you next time.
See you guys.
Even the head bob. Yeah.
I hate it. I just hate it so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Good day. Welcome to Tuesday on the show. Good morning, Nikki.
Good morning.
How's your Tuesday going?
So far, so good.
So far, so good, huh?
Haven't had too much of it, but just didn't. Well, actually, no, it's not good.
What do you mean?
I sliced my finger, remember?
Already?
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I was making some tea before the show this morning, and I sliced it on like the lid that you pop on the disposable cup.
Okay.
And that was the start of the day.
Yeah, that is the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. Let me ask you this.
Well, happy to be pathetic.
You gonna let that ruin your day?
I don't know. It hurts that bad.
Yeah. Well, I think you'll recover.
I can handle it.
Yeah.
I don't know, Hudson. You might have to run the board for me. It's my board thumb.
No. That's you're gonna be playing through pain today.
Oh well, just don't bleed through the Band-Aid, and it'll be fine.
Is it a character Band-Aid or just boring?
It was just what was in our first aid kit, which I am so glad we had
Band-Aid
one.
or just
no,
boring?
It's just a plain one.
Oh, we gotta fix that.
I was actually more wondering how old is it?
Yeah.
We've had that first
I guess
aid
if
kit
we had
for a
character
while.
Band-Aids in there, it would really date how long those Band-Aids, because it could be like, I don't know, I guess they still make SpongeBob Band-Aids, right?
Probably.
It would be Smurfs, and then it'd be like, well, clearly this has been here since 1996.
Well,
so.
we haven't been in the building that long,
Yeah.
but I was just worried.
It's amazing that the first aid kit transferred from the last building to this one. Really didn't want to throw away those Band-Aids and get new ones.
I actually thought before I put it on my thumb, I was like, well, I wonder how old this is and do Band-Aids go bad? But we went
They
with
can't
it.
go bad, right? They just would stop being sticky,
Probably.
but they wouldn't hurt you.
I don't know.
You just have to open a lot of them before you finally
But
found
listen,
one
it's
that
that
stuck.
big of a cut, okay?
Yeah.
It's a slice.
Do you need some gauze?
No, I was tempted, though, to look for, what is it, the Neosporin? But
Just
I
in case the tea was infected.
I didn't see anything. It was
Yeah.
it was the cup lid because, it was just this nice little plastic thing. And man,
Oh, yeah.
I
Those
tried
things
to-
can be dangerous.
I tried to, oh my gosh, it's a work-related,
Yeah.
it's a workplace injury.
Yeah.
And so I tried to pop the lid back off because I wondered if this lid fit this cup.
Mm-hmm.
And it did. So then I had to take the lid off to put the tea in.
That's
and
the
that's when
problem.
the injury happened
That's
at the workplace.
When it all came crashing down. Well, I'm a witness then.
Yeah, you are.
If you'd like to file a complaint, I don't know, how does that work? Would you have to go to get any money, you'd probably have to go to the doctor for it.
I think you go to the doctor.
You're really going to go to the doctor for a
Insurance is
tea
like,
lid cut?
hey, insurance is like, hey, did this happen at work? I just wanted to ask, just curious.
Yeah.
And I would have to say, yes, it did.
And then, but what would you actually get out of the deal, though? Probably not much.
No, it also sounds like more work.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I guess I'll just be okay. My thumb is fine.
I actually was going to complain about doing doctor stuff.
Oh, you have something?
I do have a complaint about doctor stuff, but I don't know if it pales comparison to what you're going through.
Don't let my life-threatening injury stop you from talking about your doctor stuff.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll do my complaint next. Would you like to?
All right. I wonder if I can start Saint Nomad.
Yeah. All right. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, my thumb.
Ready?
Okay. Oh, I can work.
Yeah.
All right. I'm fine to work.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
You may recall, I don't remember how long ago this was, but we talked about it. There was a job posting out where you could go work in Antarctica.
Oh, with the penguins.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
It's they were looking. This was the UK is in charge of this. They were looking for some people that would go run. You had to run a post office there.
You
and
have
a
to
gift shop.
multitask.
Yep, a post office, a gift shop, and count the penguins.
Basically, that's what your job would be.
At Port Lockroy on Goodyear Island. Well, the wait is over. The 4 winning candidates have been chosen. It's going to be 4 ladies headed to Goodyear Island in Antarctica. 4 ladies who clearly have nothing going on in their lives.
Well, some of them are leaving, like one lady, she's married.
Yeah,
she's just
I was gonna
leaving her
say, I
husband.
say that, but the truth is, the lady that is like going to be in charge of running the gift shop, her name is Natalie Corbett. She's 31 years old. She just got married in June.
And she's going on a solo honeymoon, she's calling
Yeah,
it.
that is, she said her quote was, "Who wouldn't want to spend islands Who wouldn't want to spend 5 months working on an island filled with penguins in one of the most remote places on the planet? Sounds like she's being sarcastic.
No, but she really means it.
I'll be leaving behind my husband, George, who I only married in June, so I'm treating this like my solo honeymoon.
But she's a conservation biologist, so like it actually works with her job. So that it'd be different.
Running a gift shop.
Well, no, the penguin part. It'd be different if I was like, okay, I have nothing to do with the post office penguins or gift shops, but I was like, okay, I'm going to go for a few months.
Yeah, so that's her story. We also have, who else here? We have Lucy Bruzone. She's going to be the base leader. So she actually sounds like she has some real, responsibilities.
Yeah.
She's going to be managing the team and coordinating all the ship visits to the island, all three of them, the people that want to come visit.
The three
I
ships.
think she's in charge of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Who else is going to be there? We have Claire Ballantine. I think she's in charge of the post office. Yeah, she's the postmaster.
They have 80,000 cards, which they mail out each year from the site to more than 100 countries.
Why do they do that?
Well, I think they just have to. It's more by hand, they say. So what might be a small amount of mail for a normal post office is a load for that.
Her quote is, "I'm looking forward to stepping onto Goodyear Island and taking in the cacophony and pungent smell of the penguins." Again, why does this all sound?
Okay.
It sounds so sarcastic.
I know, but if you it'd be amazing to work with the penguins. All right, you would do whatever you had to do to.
I think it'd be amazing for like a day,
but not
maybe
for
like
5 months.
half an hour. I don't think for 5 months that it's gonna. We have this one lady, Marie Hilton. She says, "This will be my first time in Antarctica, and I'm very excited to set eyes on the whole continent. I have no idea what to expect when we get there. How cold it will be. We'll have to dig our way through the snow to the post office." That's what she said. She's never been to Antarctica.
Well,
and you're applying for a job there. You're going to live there for 5 months?
Come on, it sounds fun.
You're going to live with 3 people you've never met and spend Christmas with them in a place where it never gets dark and the temperatures are going to get below 0.
Yep.
And that's your...
Doesn't it sound
And
nice?
you're just signing up for that.
Where's your adventure? Where's your penguin adventure?
Yeah, I think, what are the odds that at least, or I guess put it this way, over under 2 of them don't make it?
No. Oh, you mean they leave or die?
Either way. It's, you know what? Especially with all their like quotes going into it, it's starting to sound a lot like a reality show, isn't it?
They're going to hate each other.
Is this actually a real thing, or is this a setup for a reality show that Isaiah's going to watch?
Well, just wait in 5 months. They'll hate the snow. They'll hate the mail. They'll hate penguins and each other. So they'll be ready to go home.
I think about how you could make this a reality show. They get 4 months in or whatever. They're at their breaking point. All of a sudden, here comes the 4 single guys.
Oh,
yeah.
Trouble on
Love Island, Antarctica.
That's right. Trouble on the island.
Oh, man. I think that if they're not doing this, wasted opportunity.
Oh, it screams Discovery Network.
Totally does.
Find more Riot content online. riot.radiou.com.
Remember how Allen Iverson, they called him the answer?
Yeah.
We're going to call you the question.
The question.
Yeah, because you come with a great question. Now, this one.
And we also just don't want you feeling sick.
Yeah.
I know, right?
We know you don't like it.
Now, what is this? You have a question here on our sheet, our magic sheet. It says, the biggest ick in a relationship.
Yes.
Why don't you explain that a little more?
See, this isn't even like in a relationship. I guess it's like in a person that you at some point were attracted to. And a lot of times the ick is used as like a term mainly from the girls get from guys, but it also can go the other way. The guys can get from girls as well, but like one of them would be like if you like plugged your nose when you jump in the pool. That would give the girl an ick. So it's something that you're doing that you don't really know that you're doing that they think is unattractive. Or like one of the ones that like people thought were really funny is like when a guy walks back after like bowling at the bowling alley and they're like walking back to the people and they just like walk back weird. It's like an awkward time.
That's an ick?
So that can be like an ick. So it's something that you're doing that you don't even know that you're doing like unconsciously that they like completely hate.
That's just cringy. Basically.
Yeah, or like just something that the girl or guy does that's just cringy. Yeah, right away
Well,
you lose
really
the
can't
attractiveness.
feel like you can win if you're like, wait, you mean I walked back weird?
Yeah, you can't win. It's one of those things like it's not your fault, but unfortunately,
It's something you
it's
do.
not cute.
But what? So is this something that you would bring up to the other? Like you could clearly, I don't know, it'd be a tough conversation to have. But if your boyfriend is holding his nose when he's jumping into the pool, couldn't you just say, hey, that's really uncool.
Yeah, but sometimes you just can't get over it.
So what is our icks?
Oh,
So,
I don't
oh my
know.
gosh.
Give me
like
an
you
ick.
guys.
Give me an ick
Like
right
me
now.
to
I'm
you?
ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Oh, I don't know if I have one for you. I wasn't prepped.
You have like
told me.
7. You have at least
You told me to
7.
get icks ready for someone that I'd be attracted to. That's in no way do I find you attractive.
A theoretical
He
person that
has
you
a
might
point
be
there.
attracted to, you could theoretically be icked by. Then
Yeah.
go for that.
Oh, for that one,
Yeah,
one of the ones that some of the ones that I have. One of them is like having your arms crossed when you're walking. That's one of the ones that if you're
That
like walking
is a
down.
wild thing to do. Who does that?
Yeah, people do
Have you
that.
seen that?
Yes, I saw it just this past weekend. And right away, I was like, I'm completely unattracted to you. I don't find you attractive. Or if you're staying there in like a group setting and you have your arms crossed, that's an
Well,
immediate.
that's you know what? That's subtle body language.
It is body
Yeah.
language.
It's signaling to you that they don't care about whatever you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I guess it's mutual.
And the other one that I have is if I have to repeat what I'm saying to you.
Oh.
What?
Like if you say exactly, if I'm in a social setting and you say what, then right away I'm like I don't even want to speak to you anymore.
That one makes more sense because maybe that's just a lack of a person having a respect and listening in the conversation. But sometimes you can't help what your body's doing. You know,
Yeah, I
like
know
if
you
you're-
can't.
If your arms cross
It's
a
hard
certain
to
way.
figure out what to do with your arms. Actually,
It is tough to figure out what you're
you ever
supposed to
see?
do.
Sometimes, like I'll pull the. You ever do this where you put your hands in your collar?
If you walk around
do
doing that,
that?
that will give me the ick.
Why? Why? Sometimes you need to do that. 'Cause you
Ick.
can't have your hands at your side.
Oh, I agree. That is ick.
It's what
If you-
quarterbacks
what
do
is
in
that?
football. It's what quarterbacks do in football.
Yeah, on their shoulder pads, not on their
Yeah.
flannel. What are you
Then
doing?
You gotta put your hands somewhere.
I want everyone to know that Hudson currently has his hands like around his collar of his
And
shirt,
pulling it
listen,
and he's pulling it down
What
as
are
if he's
the
trying to show his
alternatives?
chest hair.
You put your hands
Arms
behind
at your
your
side
back.
or behind your back
You
is
put them
fine.
behind your back. You look like your father in an unfamiliar situation.
Just stand with him
where
by your
he's
side.
Like, oh, I've never seen military equipment like this before.
Listen, the football guys are doing that because they're pulling their pads down.
And they're
It's
tired.
a purpose.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I know you're tired. Just have him down by your sides.
Well, I just
No,
want you
that-
guys to know that all this weekend, anytime you meet someone, walk down the road, do anything, now you should just be super aware. What are you putting
Self-conscious
off
about
that's
it.
ick?
Yeah, I think if people want to text in, we can come back to this. 8772 Radio U. If you've got an ick that maybe turns you off of somebody that you would have been attracted to otherwise, or just an ick from somebody in your life, we'd like to hear about it.
Yeah, because you want to have more things pointed out on
Isaiah,
what's wrong with you.
And I want you to list yours about me.
Oh, I've got a
wanna
lot.
hear 'em.
I
I
just had
wanna
to think
hear
of
'em.
them.
I don't want to hear any about me.
You're up next, Nikki.
No.
Next break.
You're supposed to say, it doesn't seem like you do anything wrong.
You guys, I mean, either way, it doesn't matter if you guys give me the ick or not. I still have to come to work every day and be around you.
Silent Planet. It is
Boy,
the
it really
Riot.
makes you feel good.
This is the Riot. Radio U.
Isaiah, I brought you in here because you're certainly more close to the dating game than Nikki and I are, wouldn't you say?
I would say probably yes.
I don't want to advertise you as single because I don't want to bring too much attention to you, but I also don't want to advertise you as not single because
In
that
case.
also might bring more attention to you. So it's just a beautiful mystery.
It's just a beautiful mystery.
Yeah. But I did want to get your perspective on this again because you're closer to dating than Nikki and I are. Have you heard of Bumble?
I have heard of this app, yes.
Bumble is testing out a new speed dating feature.
Ooh.
What do you think about that?
See, I did read this article before walking in here,
Yeah.
and I think that this is a terrible
You
idea.
think it's terrible?
I think it's real bad. I think
Why do you
this
say
is
that?
real
Why
bad.
do you say
Start with
that?
Isaiah because I don't think he likes anything that any company comes up with.
That's not true. I have reasoning to why this is a bad idea,
All right,
and I
well,
don't
hold
think
on.
it'll work.
Let me explain. So the way that they are designing this is in
Now,
the
this
app,
is-
like you would have the Bumble app, right?
And this will be in for the UK markets first.
So they're testing it out in the UK where there'd be a specific night that was speed dating night.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'd log in and then the other people that also logged in for speed dating night, then you'd have 3-minute video chats, up to 3-minute video chats with people. And if you like where things are going, then you can, see each other's photo. So wait a minute.
I don't think it's video chats. I think
not
it's just
video
texting.
Chat? Well, that's wild.
Thank
That's
you.
What a ridiculous
Thank
way
you.
to do things. Why would
It's
it not
just
be
a
video
text.
chat?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm with you. This is a horrible idea.
But I think they don't want to do the video chat because maybe that is not as anonymous still as you
Yes.
would like that to
and
be.
Understandable,
people will be
yes.
naked, and
And-
how do you stop them from doing that?
Yeah, and I don't know because I've seen it in movies where like you could speed date in person, and I don't know if like speed dating is still a thing in person,
Yeah.
especially after COVID.
No, you know what? I was going to say my only recent experience with this is Love on the Spectrum. That's the show, right? Like with the autistic
Yes.
people. And they did speed dating in that.
Yeah.
And I never did speed dating, and now I'm happily married. But I thought if I was to date, I think speed dating is where I would excel, is speed dating.
because you would know right away.
Because it's like it's a short amount of time where you're almost like interviewing the other person in a way. Like you got to have some good questions quick. That's what we do with radio, right? So
Yeah.
if it was actual speed dating video style, I think that would be great. But I'm with Isaiah, and you can expand if you want. But the text speed dating where you can't see what the person looks
Yeah.
like, that's wild. That's
Yeah,
I
but
think it's a bad idea.
It's hard though because this relies on like the one-liners, the
Yeah.
back and forth stuff, like the super fast stuff to see if you could get someone hooked in
Yeah.
to thinking you're interesting enough to then go maybe on a date or do
but that's
something else.
so much more unnatural of a way to talk to people.
Have you talked
Don't
to
you
a lot of
think?
people nowadays?
Texting is not natural. It's not to meet somebody. It's not a good way to meet
Well,
somebody.
what if you had a bunch of stuff like on a note and then you could just copy and send in your
Exactly.
Isn't that what
That's
people
what
do
everybody would do. That's what everybody would do. You would come in and you would have the exact same conversation with every person.
Over
You would
and
say
over.
To have
the
the most-
same lines.
You'd have to have the most ridiculous question to come up with to get people
Yeah.
broken out of there and catch their attention, which is, again, all the normal stuff you have to do anyway.
Well, if you're interested in Bumble speed dating and you're in the UK, while they're testing it there, they're doing Thursday, 7 p.m. local.
Thursday, 7
Thursday.
p.m.
Woo!
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
speed
I
dating
think the
time.
other thing, too, is like you have the conversation, and then after the conversation, you see like their photos. So, like, you don't know going into it if you even find them physically attractive. And so for me, that would be like, I wouldn't want to have all those conversations.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I just
I would love to
if it was on the
criticize you,
video
but,
chat, then I would be more accepting to that.
Yeah,
but
what if
the
they just-
text, I just like what am I doing on here?
What if they did like a video chat, but it's like blurry?
It's
You
like
know?
blurry.
Yeah, so you don't know.
It's like,
They
oh,
could
there's
be
a little
naked.
bit of a
They could-
mystery
They
there.
could have their pants off, but you wouldn't even know.
I think that's worse. Because then it like unblurs the screen. And like
Right.
once like
it's like, would you
we
like
both
to unblur
match.
the screen? Yeah, that would be a great moment.
Wait, then it's like what used to be the thing, the chat roulette sort
Yeah,
of thing,
right.
and all the horribleness that used
That
to go
was
with that.
horrible,
Yeah.
but that's because the screens weren't blurred.
well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If you blur it until you find out that until the person with their pants off has to at least win you over first.
Then you can unblur
Then
it.
And then you unblur, and then you have the awkward realization where you're like, not cute.
Aw.
Sorry.
All right, well, maybe that's a no
Man.
then, at least as far as Isaiah is concerned for Bumble speed dating.
Dating is hard. It's difficult.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
We're getting close to Halloween. I see so many decorations up all around the neighborhood.
Would I tell you someone one road over has the big skeleton?
They do.
Oh, is that so?
One road over. Well, I guess you live one road over from here, so it would be one road over from here as
Okay,
well.
in my neighborhood, one road
Okay,
over.
got it.
And I was walking through, but they have it positioned like not facing the road, but almost facing their driveway.
Uh-huh.
So when you walk, he's kind of like to the side, and you're just like, well, can't you just turn him? Like you don't get to see him full like head on.
Yeah, I have a few houses in my vicinity where they've got they don't have the 12-foot. I've not seen the big skeleton, but they've got several skeletons that they've all got positioned in different ways.
Yep.
And one of them, or actually, a couple of them, they have the skeletons like right up next to the sidewalk. So you're walking, and I'm just waiting for them to be the motion sensor ones and absolutely lose
Grab
my
you.
skin. But so far, that has not happened. But here, let's talk about something a little nicer. Let's talk about Halloween candy.
Yes.
Where candystore.com, every year they do this. They put out their map of each state's favorite candy. And this is indisputable because this is based off of sales, not just from candystore.com, but from other online outlets as well. So this is based off of all online candy sales, pretty much.
Should we go through our states?
What is each state buying the most of? Yeah, let's go ahead. You want to start with Ohio?
Sure. The new winner for Ohio, they say this year, is M&M's.
M&M's.
What a trash
Which
candy.
is trash unless it's peanut M&M's, then it's excused.
Right, but just straight M&M's are so boring.
Second-
I would
Terrible.
never choose
I don't even
those.
like them, even like a little bit. If you handed me M&Ms, I wouldn't even finish
They
them.
really don't tempt me.
They don't
Not
even
at
do
all.
anything for me. How
Yeah.
could that be the
Guys,
number one?
We hate everything, though, so
Wait,
we have to
I
hear
know,
the
but
list.
Yeah, wait till you hear
Such
some
a
of the other
trash
ones.
one, though.
Some of the other
Second.
states do have better, and some have much worse, though.
Second place, Blow Pops. Third place, Starburst.
Okay.
Let's go to Michigan. Michigan, number one, Starburst.
Acceptable answer.
Yeah,
Number
that's
two,
okay.
here's your trash, candy corn.
Oh, see,
Whoa.
right? You can have much worse.
That is such trash.
much
Candy
worse
corn,
than
number
M&Ms.
two. If you like candy corn, I just don't like you.
Butterfinger came in at number three. For favorite candy by state, Oklahoma, you got Skittles.
Good choice.
With number two,
Fair.
your double bubble gum. And number
Really?
three,
Trash.
third place, Snickers.
Okay.
There you go. Now we're
let's-
talking.
Of course, California, peanut butter cups.
There we
Reese's.
go.
Fair.
There
number
we go.
two, M&M's, and number three, Skittles.
See, I'm looking at this list of all the different states. I just can't believe that it's so different. I can't believe that you've got one state with Sour Patch, one state with Swedish Fish, one state with Hershey's mini bars. That's Hawaii.
Trash.
They're
Trash
just going
take.
with the straight up, like
The Hershey's mini bars, if that's your favorite candy, that's such a terrible choice.
it
it's
is.
just chocolate.
And a lot of states have Hershey Kisses.
Trash.
That's so lame.
Alaska has Sour Patch Kids, Twix, and Milky Way.
Those are good ones.
Nevada, hot tamales.
Now that's a bad one
Living
too.
dangerously there. Living dangerously.
Washington has Tootsie Pops.
Trash.
Number two, I was always disappointed when you got a Tootsie Pop instead of a Blow Pop, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Blow Pop's
that
way
is
better.
the worst.
Way better.
Number two was saltwater taffy.
Really?
And three is just plain M&M's.
What is the
come on.
choices
Wait,
there?
which state is that?
Washington.
Washington,
You have
terrible options.
taste. Absolutely horrible.
I don't understand. I'm surprised that
Horrible taste.
Snickers isn't more of like the number one on here because that's
Yeah.
like one of the most popular ones. There's a couple that have Reese's. Those are solid. I see Twix kind of scattered around, but like some of these choices are so bad. It's number one.
Pennsylvania, you have Hershey mini bars, M&M's, and then Skittles. We have a lot of listeners in Texas. You get Starburst, Reese's Cups, and then Sour Patch Kids.
Good. Yes. Good options.
So what is yours is take 5.
Yes.
Nikki, yours is
I think I was always different. Unless I hated it, which there's a couple of like candies.
Yeah.
For most like chocolate bars and stuff, any of those were always fine.
yeah. I mean, they're okay.
They're all solid.
So wait, unless you hated it, when you got home and you looked at your candy haul, what was the stuff you were throwing in the garbage?
I don't like the hot tamales. I don't like Twizzlers.
Twizzlers,
I
huh?
love
Twizzlers are-
Twizzlers.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No,
That
don't
I
is-
like it.
love Twizzlers.
Trash
That's
take.
like one of my top candies.
I don't like I don't like licorice. I don't like the Tootsie Pops. I don't like Tootsie Rolls. I really don't like
Really?
Tootsie Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls, I would
I actually
consider
just threw those away.
different
just
than the
straight up
actual
trash.
chocolate. I consider Tootsie Rolls better than like Hershey Kisses and stuff like that. I think
Really?
they're pretty good.
I think they're okay. They kind of taste different.
They don't excite me.
See, for me, if I was to like throw things away, I guess like it just depended. Like I think like the Hershey Kisses and stuff, those didn't really do much for me. Those can go.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. I'll
I mean,
eat
you're
them
gonna
like if
hold on though.
they're
You're gonna
okay.
eat them. You're not gonna throw them away.
They would
or
be
at
at
least
the
they're
bottom.
Gonna sit there for a while.
They'll sit there for a while. I'm not gonna just immediately when I get home just toss them in the trash. But
We
they're
save
gonna
them
sit
for
there.
next Halloween to pass them out.
Yeah, they're just gonna sit there for a while. But like chocolate bar wise, like a Butterfinger, trash.
Oh, I'll take
I would
those.
throw that straight in the garbage. a
Kills my
Butterfinger.
teeth, but I'd eat those.
Milky Way, that's another bottom tier one.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the Milky Way. Three Musketeer, bottom tier.
Bottom candy.
Those are the three that like if they're in there, I don't even want them.
I don't think I'm as but surprisingly, I'm less discerning than you guys. I don't think I would throw stuff away, but it would just sit there for a while. I'll tell you the one, and we talked about this yesterday briefly. Dots.
Oh,
Those are going in
Dots
the
are
garbage.
okay.
They might as well be medicine.
Well, listen, okay, I've been hearing a lot of one likes one, but one hates it. Like, we can just bring in our extra
we
candy.
do. We
Yes.
just need to have a
Put the
candy
bowl in
trade.
here.
Yeah, don't you remember we used to trade candy the next day
That's the
after
best part.
Halloween, and you would go to school and you just bring in all your candy.
Of a candy swap.
Yeah.
All I know is if there's candy corn in Radio U, I'm not
that.
showing up.
No,
I'm
nobody's
not
getting
coming
that.
into work.
Nobody's
I think
getting
that unites us, that it gets thrown
Yeah.
away.
That is in the trash.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.